as quick, probably will progress, but in a slow manner, because the lack of information was there, whilst they got access to new things, any new thing that comes up. And they were ready in the sense that they are not necessarily experimenting themselves, but they were open to the best advantages that comes out immediately. The advantages that were before them were wider and more larger and more huger compared to those who had moral standards, who limit themselves to the socialization of life in certain ways. I know I put myself in that category because I know where I'm coming from. I know how I was careful in so many ways. It could be a brother, it could be anybody. You see, the mental approach of people to life, that's count a lot. But it is in a sense, they of the description of friends I'm talking about, the characters of which I described, of them being sociable and all that, they were going through filtration. You know, there were things about them that could be complained every day, that people would just see and criticize and talk and have all kinds of things about them. And they were going through that filtration. And when they were hit by that. You know, they sort of get the correction, they get themselves and they change themselves and mold themselves and move on to another place, and they still have their characters. They naturally allow themselves to flow through the pins of life, the sort of the thorns of life. And as the thorns were pinching them here and there, they were still giving themselves opportunity and chances to realize that we can still get there. And as they force their way through, and squeeze the way through the thorns that was right around them, they triumph. But those who held back and said there were thorns there, they are not ready to go through those thorns for them to pinch it and, you know, go through the pins and the heads and all that they are supposed to go through, those process. They stayed stagnant, and not in the best way, but they stayed stagnant, could not progress, and they starved themselves. They never moved on. They were never able to sort of make any progression to their life. They never progressed to any level. They were just there. They were stagnant in that level. Nothing came to them. Nothing went out there. So it is in that sense we can sort of make this comparativeness and realize that I sort of look at it that way and realize that life is out there for me. You know, life is not in some sort of confinement. It is out there. It is in so many forms of shapes. And any means that I will have to choose that will make it possible, I will choose that. The video has that main reason for that. The chances are there. I've put the test there, and I've seen that is how it is. And so what one received, what one gives out there, all those things that I've just, opened up to, there are the bad things that, comes out of people every day, every hour, every minute, every second. And we have to be careful of that. So you're being out there and you receiving or whatever, your body is naturally, it depends on how you flexibly allow yourself or allow the nature or the natural giving personality that you are be at work. You don't do much to control your intestines when the food get there. All you have to do is put the food in your mouth, carry it and stuck it in your mouth, or just get the move. How you get the food to your mouth, the body is up to you. The rest naturally is done through the intestines, and it comes out again. All that is waste comes out. It would naturally take the good things out and drop the bad things. The same way, if you allow yourself not to move out of the racism, to be racial differences and all those things. I'm talking about the mental mind, your meditational state of mind. having that free mental mind. It doesn't mean necessarily that you have to do something to sort of show that you are not racist. I mean, or do something to demonstrate anything. It is the mindset that you have. You have to free that mind. There are people that you can look at them one day and you can conclude that these people are evil people. And 100% you are wrong. I mean, that is a reality. That you can easily be wrong. Maybe the mental state of that person is so high and so open and so sociable and so all that, because that person has tuned his mind to that state that he does not reflect in the way you would have expected. Because you see, the human nature or the looks that we have is naturally given to us and is very deceiving. It don't look at the outside of a person and draw conclusion. So what I'm talking here is something to do with your mental mind, the mental faculty, the brains or the brain that you have, how you train your mind to be able to sort of be very receptive to everything and relax and flexible in every way, sociable in every way, loving in every way, caring in every way, that mindset that you have. And then it was naturally sort of develop itself, come in its own way. Nothing can disrupt or can come in and disrupt what you think about or what your thoughts may be or your way of life, because your mind is free to everything. That person may think of you as a racist. That person may think of you as a murderer. That person may think of you as an evil person. But you are not evil inside you, and that secures your grounds. But if your mental mind is not raised or somehow being trained to sort of be receptive to all these things, you can easily be caught into that situation where every judgmental thing that comes onto you will sort of be accurately, will be an accurate judgment of you. Somehow will sort of be able to sort of move you to get caught up into that situation. And that's what I'm saying about go into the religious act and see those in the religion and all that. You see, if somebody is religiously in tune and believes so much of something and have got some moral standard, and he hasn't got that free mental mind, judgmental words that come out of people, that's we say the evil that comes of people, that is what is coming out of a man, that's what that can destroy you. Those things that come out of people can easily destroy people of that nature, because they easily feel the impact of judgment coming upon you. I have been there. I know. You can be in a situation where somebody is judging you and you feel the impact of it, because you have set yourself to believe that those things are wrong. You have already tuned your mind to accept some moral standards of life. And so when you can't meet those standards, and inside you think it's the only secret inside you and nobody knows. And so if somehow you go and meet words or certain things that are revealing something private about you that you've kept quiet, you immediately feel the impact. It can damage you brain-wise, or or you can feel the impact of it. It can somehow cause you to be provoked unnecessarily. It can. There's so many impacts that it can bring onto you. And I knew that, so I prevented myself from that, and I asked myself that, who are you to judge me? I may be wrong. I may be right. You may be right in the things you say about me. But I have to build my mind to be strong to tell you that now I know that those things that I claim to myself as